Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Today we're going to be looking at another Starfinder related product. So we're going to be looking at the Starfinder condition cards put out by Paizo Publishing. Looks like they did it as a first party product. And this is exactly what it says it is. This product says it contains 53 condition cards for the Starfinder role-playing game. I did pop the top here just because I didn't want to fuss around with it on camera, but I haven't taken the actual cards out yet. Just on the side, you just have the Starfinder logo, condition cards, you have the barcode, and these do retail for if we can get it here, $12.99 US. It was around $15 Canadian. So for that amount, like I said, you get 53 condition cards. And on the back, we got a little blurb here that says, be prepared for nearly every outcome with Starfinder condition cards, a handy way for players and GMs to keep track of the most common conditions in the Starfinder role-playing game. Has your soldier been paralyzed by an alien's toxic venom? Has your operative used a cloaking field to turn invisible? Is your entire crew off kilter in zero gravity? Just hand out the appropriate cards and keep all the rules for each condition at your fingertips. This set of 53 comically illustrated full-color cards will help speed up gameplay at the table. So it looks like they got artwork on all of the conditions, which might be kind of cool, and full-color illustrations. And just from looking at the back here, I don't know how well it's going to show up because I'm trying to negate as much glare as possible, but it looks like they make some pretty good use of the space on the card, which is not quite how things like the 5th edition Magic item cards went. So we'll just slide these out. I'm probably going to store these in a separate box, but it does look like you have like the hang tab here, and I might actually put this up on my wall, but it looks like the hang tab actually has the perforated section there, the line there, so that you can actually rip this off. Like I said, I'm not going to do that, I don't think, because I kind of like the whole thing, and like I said, I might just stick a tack through that and hang it up on the wall. All right. So as for the package itself, looks like we have a card with the Open Gaming license, the 3.0 Open Gaming, or sorry, the version 1.0 Open Gaming license that came out during the days of 3rd edition D&D back in 2000. So it has all that information in there, and it's a requirement, of course, of any Open Gaming license product to have that information in there. So we can just go ahead, take the plastic off, and we've got, so that's basically what that is, the Open Gaming license information on that one. And then it looks like we have an advertisement for the combat pad, which I have. Let's just see if I can actually, let's just aim this up a little bit more here, see if we can avoid that that glare as much as possible. I'm recording this at night, so it can be kind of difficult to get decent lighting here. But that's pretty cool. And then on the back we have rules. So it just says, these handy cards contain useful information about the most common conditions in the Starfinder role-playing game. Each card lists a condition and the basic game rules associated with that condition. Whenever a spell or effect opposes or grants a condition, simply hand the appropriate card to the affected player. All 53 cards have different conditions on each side. Okay, so they're double-sided. In most cases, one side of the card details a more serious version of the condition than the other side. Since similar conditions rarely stack, the affected player can simply turn over the card if the condition worsens, or flip it back if the situation improves. Okay, so they're double-sided, so you kind of get double the bang for the buck here. So let's just go ahead, and I'll just move the camera a bit here so it's on a little bit more stable part of the table. And let's just go right ahead. So the first one that we have here is Asleep. I'm not going to read what they all do, but this is really cool, and it looks like they're probably going to have goblins for everything. In this, that's a funny picture. I mean, I like the space goblins. I have to say, I prefer Skittermanders if I had to choose, but I do like the space goblin. And then you've got Unconscious. So the text size is the same throughout all of the cards, similar to what they do with like the magic item cards, stuff like that. But the artwork sort of makes up for all that empty space. Like if this was how they did the D&D ones, for example, for the magic items, then this whole spot here would be completely and totally blank. So we have asleep and unconscious. Oh, almost dropped him there. So we got bleeding, looks like he's clutching a wound. And then we've got burning. Blinded, you can see he's got like the pale white eyes. And then deafened, using the little device to listen to. Confused, you can tell he's confused because he's got the little swirly eyes, which seems to indicate confusion. And entangled. I wonder if these actually, if there's any duplicates, because that's a lot of conditions. If not, we also have cowering. So you see he's cringing there, and then panicked, threw his gun and runs off. Dazed, looks like he was hit with a rock, and then stunned. Little X's for eyes. That usually means that he's dead, but there we go. Dazzled. He kind of looks like he blinded himself with a flashlight. Fascinated. Oh yeah, these are really cool. And dead. Prone. Dying, so not dead yet, but dying. And stable, so he got better. Encumbered, he's carrying massive guns there. Overburdened. So I'm probably not going to go through necessarily all of these, but you know, there's just, again, some really cool art. So if you want, you can sort of just pause on some of these, but there's some really cool stuff. Let's just get a few less. So it looks like there are actually duplicates. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, so I guess we can go through them all because they do eventually duplicate, which is good because that means that you can get multiple. If multiple people have the same thing, they each have their cards. So there's probably going to be 4 sets of each. So let's just actually go through the rest then. So we got grappled with the tentacles, and pinned. Looks like the tentacles got him. Incorporeal. We got a little ghost goblin. Invisible. I actually kind of like that. That's a cool look. Nauseated. That is pretty gross. And sickened. Okay. So this happens first. And then we've got that one there. Off kilter. So this is sort of like a zero gravity thing. And then off target. And then we have paralyzed and staggered. So that's actually really cool. Like I said, I like these. I like the art in here. So let's just go back ahead here. And alright, so there were other ones here that I didn't show. So we've also got shaken. And that was on the other side of frightened. Helpless, which was on the other side of flat-footed. Picking his nose, about to step in a trap. And then we've got fatigued and exhausted. So those are your cards there. So that is one full set. I'm thinking there's probably going to be maybe 3 full sets. Let's just have a look here. So we'll just go back down. Also flat-footed, frightened, grappled, incorporeal, nauseated, off kilter, paralyzed. So that's 2 sets there. Geez, there might be. No, that's got to be, yeah. So there's all right. So there's actually 3 full sets of these cards. So if you have 3 different players with the same condition, or 3 different players with conditions that are on the same side of like a card, there's actually multiples. So this is something that is, again, really, really cool. And I think it's going to be pretty useful. Like I said, if you have like 6 people in your group and 3 of them fall asleep, you can give all 3 of them a set of cards. So I like this. I actually like these quite a bit, and I love the art on them. It's just, you know, it's cute, it's kind of whimsical, and again, I think the second one was probably one of my favorites. Although I also love Staggered. I thought that one was great. And let's see here. Staggered and Dazed, I think, were my 2 favorite, but I'm not going to worry about trying to find it right now. Anyway, I love these cards. I think that they're great. I wanted to pick these up. I've seen them a few times and just never had the funds for it, so I decided to go ahead and pick these up today. And I love them. I can't wait to use these in my Starfinder role-playing game. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know if you have these cards, how often have you used them, and what are your thoughts on them? Do you like the fact that they sort of have the art on there to take up some of the blank space and sort of fill in some of the gaps, just to make the cards look a little bit more visually interesting? That's one of the things that I like about them, is that you're not going to get a card that is just completely blank. Like this here, again, using the standards of some of the other card sets that I've done videos on, you would have just had those 2 lines and then the rest of the card blank. But by having, you know, a little bit of art in there, it's really something that's really, really cool. And that's probably one of the benefits of it being a first-party product, in that they, you know, have their artists and they don't have to worry about like licensing issues with the art, and you know, not being able to get you know, art commissioned for it and stuff like that. So really, really cool. Love these. Can't wait to use them. And let me know, like I said below, what you guys think of these. So far, the Paizo accessories for their role-playing games that I've seen so far have never failed to impress me. I really, really, really think that they're great stuff. Anyway, thank you guys once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care.